Guys, so welcome back to this is day 4 of our training. Today I think we're going to begin to start diving deeper into some advanced stuff. In today's class, we are going to be learning some basic, not basic now, we are going to be learning advanced manipulation trick, advanced background manipulation trick. If you see what I have here on the screen, I created this background by myself from the scratch. I'm going to show you how to do all of those manipulations in today's class. But first of all, yesterday I said I was going to show us how to do some photo editing. Let's say a client sends you an image and you want to, before you start your design, you want to enhance the quality of the image before doing the design. So like I said, after this training, this is what we're going to do. After this training, I'm going to be starting another class. Maybe that is going to be for maybe a 3 days class or so for photo editing. I'll do advanced photo editing course after this training. For now, let me just show you some basic editing that you can do very quickly to enhance the quality of your image. The app we are going to be using is Snapseed. Let me go away from here. I asked you to download Snapseed on your device. If you've done that, you have it on your device. So this is Snapseed. This is what it looks like. So I'm just going to load it up. So once you open Snapseed like this is the interface you are going to have. So I'll just tap the plus button on the middle of my screen. Tap on that plus. I'll be directed to my phone gallery. Then I'm going to go to the folder where the picture I want to edit is. This is the folder. So these are the images I want to edit. I want to edit this image. I want to edit this image. These are the image I'm going to be using. So I'll just hit on the first one. Hit on the one you want to start working with. So I'll just hit on it. Then I'll select done. Then it will be imported to my Snapseed interface. So when you are here on Snapseed, you realize that if I zoom in, you realize that if you look at the quality you are having right now is way lower than what you can see on the design. So let me show you some quick editing you can do to it. Tap it. You have some options here. You have style, you have tools, you have export. So we'll start with the style. The first, with your style selected, you will find, as your style is selected, you will find some option here. You will find last edit, you have portrait, you have smooth, you have pop, you have accentuate. You have a variety of options that you can work with here. If you want to turn it to black and white, you select on fine art. If I select fine art, it turns it to black and white. We have a variety of black and white here. So you can just move around. But what I want us to use, the one I want us to use is this pop here. So you select on pop, it's going to do some automatic editing for you. So I can zoom in to see the effects. You see the difference. Let me select OK. You can select OK here, so I can show you the difference. Select OK. Let me zoom out. Let me zoom in so that I show you the difference. If you want to check the difference, just long press on the screen. It's going to show you what you have before. If you release, it will show you the current edit. I don't know if you see the difference. This is before editing. I'm just holding on my screen. Just put a finger on your screen and press it down. It will show you before. If you release it, it shows you after. So you can see that it has automatically made some adjustment on the image for me. Let me zoom out. Now, having done that, I will now move on to my tools. I'll go to tools. If I select tools, I'll select, you can find many options here. There are many things you can do here. You can take your own time to explore them. But for this class, I want to use this tune image. So I'll select tune image. If I select tune image, you have a drop down menu here. If I select it, you have some options here: brightness, contrast, saturation, ambience, and so on and so forth. Let's start with brightness. I'll hit on brightness. If I just use my hand to move around my screen like this, I'll just use my hand to move forward around my screen like this. To increase, I'll move like this if I want to decrease. And while you are doing that, keep your eye on the amount of brightness. You realize that it keep varying as you push along your screen. So I'm going to just drag it like that. I will increase. So if you increase it all the way, it becomes too bright. But then you can zoom in so you can see how much brightness you have. So I'm just going to keep it. When you are editing, don't do too much. So I'll keep it somewhere around here. I'll move over. Once I'm okay with it, I'll still select this button here. Select that, then I'll move over to contrast. I'll increase contrast as well. Let me increase it around, let's say around 24. Move over to saturation. I increase the saturation just a bit. Don't always, if you do saturation too much, you just destroy the entire thing. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Move over to ambience. If you want to, you can work on the ambience. I think I actually took down the ambience. Oh, let me see. I think the ambience, I actually took it down a little bit. Something like this. Then I move over to highlights. Highlights, sometimes I take highlights up. Let me see. No, let's take highlights down. Whenever highlights, this highlight and this shadow, they are twin. If you reduce highlights, then you must definitely have to increase shadow. So sorry for that interruption. I was saying that this highlight and this shadow, they are twin. If you take down the highlights, you have to take up the shadow. If you take up the highlight, then you have to take down the shadow. I think something like this is okay. This last one, this warmth, I hardly use it. I hardly use warmth. So when you are satisfied, hit OK here. Hit OK here. Then go back to your tools again. Then you select the next one. Select the next one here, details. Hit details. Then I'm going to increase the structure. If you come here, this down button as well, you find structure and you find sharpening. So let's work on the structure. Let me zoom in so that you see what structure is. I want you to observe what structure is doing to the face. It's adding texture to the skin, you understand? But you don't want to do too much. Just a little bit. This is a wedding design, so you don't want too much texture on the skin. So you just do something like this. Then I'll move to sharpening. You sharpen it. Sharpen it. Don't do too much as well. Let's zoom in. So you just sharpen it. Now this structure is too much. Let me take it down. I think I'm going to even take it away completely. I'm not sure I want this structure. Just sharpen it. Let's make it sharp. This is a wedding design, so let's not give it. There are some other image when you're editing them, you need to give them structure. I think this is okay. Now let me show you the before and after. Look at what you have before. Can you see this? This was what I imported to Snapseed. Look at the after. So you can see that there's a major difference already. A lot of enhancement has been done. Here is before, here is after. Here is before, here is after. Some changes has been made to the image. This is like a brief of how to use your Snapseed to edit your images. There are some other things you can do. On with this Snapseed. Then we don't have time to look into all of that now. So that is that. Then when you are done editing, you can now export. If you want to save, you can select export here. So when you select export, then you find save, a copy, export. Either save or export, anyone works. So I'll select save. Then it saves on my device. So when you are done saving, that's when you can now go and use photo room to remove the background. You realize that this guy is still having background. When you are done editing, you can now go use photo room to remove the background. Then you can now use it for your design. Thank you very much. In the next video, we're going to go straight into the design itself. See you in class.